Okay, this is the corners. We made the two pieces for the corners. It's quite a tricky little turnaround here because it has to have a transition from quite a soft roll on the top of the wing down to a very sharp roll on the back of the ducktail. And that's achieved by doing it out of two pieces and then welding just around the top of the radius. So you don't weld on the top and the joint in the corner because that will fracture and fail. You weld always just under the radius. Now that hasn't been dressed fully yet because I have to put the insert inside there, which will be the recess for the tail lamp. And the tail lamp will nestle into that little shape there once the thing is welded together and dressed, and then that will be fitted and welded onto the side of the wing there. On the other side, on this side, we've done that here. This side has been welded for the recess, so that's finished, and that shape fits now nicely to our tail lamp surrounds, which have just been sitting in there. Obviously they haven't been screwed in there, but that gives you the idea of how it's going to look and fit there. And then of course the last weld will be here and here, because obviously we can't weld the thing until it's all fixed and finished in one place on the chassis, on the body frame, and that's the last pieces of welding and work we do. We started making a new top for this only to repair the damage which was through from here to about here, but I hammered a bit up here and started dressing at the top there, and unfortunately it was fractured badly, so I decided to put a whole new rib or backbone on the thing because unfortunately it was beyond redemption. And it's also given it far more uniformity with the other side, so both sides will be done like this. It'll be far stronger. We were concerned about the fact that it'll crack and deteriorate as the car moves around, but this will eliminate that. So, and the other side, we've got to do the other side. I've just got to do a bit of shrinking on that, so we'll go and shrink that now. I've actually been using tech screws, which are quite handy. Use that on initially, and it holds it fairly tight in place until you can get the thing sitting nicely, and then drill the holes out, put clecos in there, and it holds it. And if the clecos hold it there, you know there's no tension on it, which is what you want. The treatment we gave the rear end is once again what Bill was envisaging to design in the original drawings, and it's a cutaway here, and there was a reveal under here. We've welded in here, shaped this to accommodate where the 6 exhaust pipes come out, and it's not finished yet. Obviously it still needs to be, the welding pieces needs to be finished here, but what we wanted to do was to get a mock-up of how it's going to look and how the shape will be at the final dress up. Now Carl's made a mock-up of the exhaust pipes, how they're going to sit, so going on the size of the exhaust pipes, we actually mocked it up and made them sit in there, and it actually looks pretty good. So that's the look we'll get, which is certainly different for 1964. Now that needs to go in further, doesn't it? You reckon?
Yeah, needs to go in a little further.
Okay.
Probably about there.
Yeah, well, see that looks good.
That's pretty close.
That looks good. And that's about the right angle, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
the same angle as that relief,
Yep.
the
Yeah.
return in there.
Yeah, that's about where it'll come out on the... See, we'll build the headers on the engine, and then we'll build 6 tips that plug in. They'll all be stainless, polished. That way we can adjust it in and out. These will be chrome. It's going to be beautiful. The next thing you're going to do is build the
Corners.
ends onto the wings.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they have to be, we want to bring it out at least 2 inches beyond that point here, but not too far so it gets too close to that edge. So it just follows nicely around that edge there. And that will just finish that nicely. It'll highlight that corner. It'll highlight that corner around here. About maybe 1.5 to 2 inches from the edge of this roll. So it'll just enhance that shape from the top or from the top view, because remembering that this car, everybody's going to view this car, because it's only 36 inches high, everybody's going to view this car from
Looking down on it.
So everything
Yeah.
you've got to consider has to
Yeah.
look very good at the top.